Rossier already has 1,900 flying hours to its credit, of which 1,500 are on the jet aircraft, including 900 on the A-18C Hornet. Now please, ladies and gentlemen, look to your right. Absolutely unique in the world of aviation. A fly pass with the F-18 Hornet jet fighter with 9 Pilatus PC-7 training aircraft. Of new flight control software that was introduced some years ago to the Swiss F-A-18 fleet. Through 800 feet and then an overbank through to level flight, all below 1,000 feet. So coming in from the left, the Swiss F-18 Hornet. Alpha, as it's known. Angle attack is the difference between
aircraft would stall at about 14 degrees angle of attack. But the high lift and high manoeuvre devices that this aircraft has, all managed beautifully by this fly-by-wire software system, means that the aircraft in effect has no alpha limit. And so what will happen is all of the flight control surfaces will be working together to prevent the aircraft from departing normal flight. And a good example of that here, as Vincent comes in for his slow pass, he'll be accelerating out of this into a Cuban 8 manoeuvre, followed by a rudder roll at 35-degree line outbound. The Hornet was ordered to replace the Hawker Hunter, the Mirage 3, has no air-to-ground weapons for its Hornets apart from the aircraft's own. This display demonstrates sort of so-called Generation 4 Plus and indeed some of the pirouette manoeuvres that Vincent applies, very reminiscent of some of the figures that you'd expect from a thrust vectoring aircraft like we've seen in the past with the F-22 and the MiG-29 comes from Fliegerstaffel 17 at Payerne, number 18 is there also, and 11 at Meiringen. They're all flown by professional Air Force pilots as part of the Swiss Air Force's Überwachungsgeschwader, the surveillance wing. Inverted this time. The tasks for the Swiss Hornets include the protection of the airspace over the World Economic Forum at Davos, and of course they exercise regularly with French and German fighters in particular, and they've been significantly upgraded over the years. We talked about the flight control system software that enables the aeroplane to undertake some of these incredibly high alpha maneuvers, but a whole range of other new systems integrated into these A-18Cs to turn them into an even more capable combat aircraft. Positioning now for a final high-speed pass in from our left. What an outstanding demonstration we've seen, courtesy of Captain Nicolas Rossier, nicknamed Vincent, in the A-18C Hornet. Also very interesting to see as the aircraft got airborne about 15 minutes ago. It was done with a dry power takeoff, so no reheat used. And the aircraft was still airborne in 3,000 feet, less than a third of this massive runway here at RAF Fairford. Vincent was telling me that, of course, he's quite fuel restricted during a display of this sort, and
So that probably a consideration with regard to the takeoff that we saw earlier. But now we turn to the other Swiss Air Force item we saw in that excellent, beautifully executed mixed formation fly past. So it's back to Captain Payerne.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the pleasure of presenting to you at this Royal International Air Tattoo here in Fairford the exceptional PC-7 team, the official aerobatic team of the Swiss Air Force. It's a big pleasure to be back in England. Please look straight ahead, where you will see the Swiss team consisting of 9 turboprop aircraft, which will start its presentation right after the Hornet has landed. So as I said before, this was our first display team. Please wave back to our solo display pilot in the F-18 Hornet, Captain Rossier, called Vincent. Thank you for this safe and impressive presentation on this new, well, pretty new fighter jet F-18 Hornet. So, we are expecting in a few seconds, and again, maybe you see them before I see them,